again, the teams, I told Fox, Fox is a partner in IndyCar. Now, they should do a little documentary. They've got their series and whatnot. Take a whole show on what it really takes to put a race on. It'll blow you away. Because I've been heavily involved with the race directors and the officials and, the street setup and what they do to put that on. The amount of data that the Indy cars have going on there, they could tell you, and there's stuff that I'm finding out about the cars that I didn't even know, because I'm thinking to myself, geez, I'm supposed to be looking at this and and sometimes I go, oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay, there's the clam digger in me. But those cars are really incredible cars, and you think they've been racing that same car for 12 years. And they're getting prepared to have a new car for 2028
with some different aero bits on it, changing the overall.
They've got their speedway stuff, and then they've got their their road course downforce stuff. So it's really just wings, pods. There's differences on where they can put the floor. They've got a pretty restricted height on their diffusers and things like that. So largely it's wings, side pod configuration, and they're. We saw that this week, unfortunately, a couple hard hits. They're pretty safe cars.
Scotty Mack almost tried going out of
the
ballpark.
That was a ride, yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
What about DC? That race is super exciting for me. How much work goes in behind? You mentioned how much work it takes to put on a race. Is there more red tape to cross with an event like that?
I think there would have been, but the way they did it, with the way that they set it up helped a lot with the executive order to do that. But with a street race,
Trump's making her happen.
It's pits and pit entry and corners. So they're setting up the course, and then you got to put fencing, and you got to keep the crowd separate. And then, okay, where are you going to park the cars? Where are you going to put the fuel? Where's tire guy going to be? And you're doing this in the middle of a city, so it's not like you got a month to set it up.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that goes on, race control, and you look at just the security for places like they had, at Arlington, and certainly now DC security is going to be a big thing. And there's a gentleman named Kyle Novak who really does a great job as a race director and race operations, and just had dinner with him the other night to get to know him. And the list of things that he told me that he did, I was like,
damn,
wow.
bro.
Yeah, when did do you sleep? So there's a lot that goes on, but it's been a very good experience for me getting on the inside of the stuff that they've got going on. It's not often you can get in a situation where you can hopefully add with your experience and yet learn at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been exactly that.
Well, it's not often we get to do 3 questions with the guys. Well, versus him. You've been on the show once before, though, I believe.
I don't think so. You've never invited me on. I mean, you had Jeff last, and he probably said, "Hey, we take care of Ray Jeff, he looks out for me. He's like, hey,
Listen, I was a Gordon fan because of your Jersey roots. That's you pulled me in there.
Well, your dad sat in the grandstands with my mom for the longest time. When I was banging around there in the 6-cylinder.
Yeah, and my dad bought his first race car from you. It had a sunroof.
Oh, that's right. The car we built for my brother.
Yeah,
that's right. I forgot about that.
So you started all this for me.
You guys are tight.
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, so there might have been some alcohol involved in this, but around the old Evernham garage one night, my brother's fiance at that time, her dad gave her a car, and they were going to put it on the street car, and we decided that we were going to cut it up and make street stock out of it. So we took the Sawzall and cut the roof off and stuck a cage in it, and Willie ran it 3 or 4 times, and he sold it to your dad.
I got a picture of that thing pushing like a dump truck, dude.
We didn't do much to it other than putting the cage in it.
I can guarantee he didn't do much to it and load it on the trailer and put a number on the side.